Okay, people. So remember how last week I was out driving the Jeep with no plates and I got a ticket? Well, I took care of the issue of the plates, and now I'm going to get the plates on, and then I'm going to fix the wiring in the doors. And by fix, I mean I'm finally going to heat shrink it and put it back in and put it back together, because now this thing's street legal, so I want it to be a little nicer to drive than having to grab a harness and throw it into the floorboard and then back and forth and this and that. It's a mess. So anyhow, that's the start to this week. So I got sidetracked. I had to clean up the garage, and I wanted to get this inside so that, being that I tend to work on stuff after dark, I actually had light, and I didn't have to rely on ambiance out of the garage. So anyhow, now I'll get all this mess fixed. Now, to give you a little recap on this, that's where I left off. And the back hatch panel came off at some point, so that needs to go back on. So I'm gonna heat shrink all that, wrap it all up, stuff it back in, and call it a day. I ran out of fluid in the one lighter, so now I got this thing, and look at this. That thing's sweet. This is all the way turned down. Tell you what, it shrinks stuff way faster. This. Okay, I'll get this butt shrunk. I'll get this heat shrunk and I will come back to you. Okay, it's all shrunk and now it just needs taped, wrapped. It's not gonna be pretty, but it's gonna be practical. That is one long piece of tape. Just kidding. Now, this doesn't look terrible. My OCD wants it to look better. And obviously, you can see the jumbled up mess from butt connectors everywhere. And that's fine. It's a trail rig. It doesn't need to be great. Not this trail rig. Some trail rigs, yes, but not this one. Now, the wrapping what's in the door right now, I don't know, because I don't think all of it can disconnect. So that's nice. Okay, I got the harness ran. It's still hanging out of the door. I'll put that together tomorrow. It's late. I need to go to bed. And I saved you the painstaking headache that it was to get that back into the door, into the cab, because apparently the hole that the connector went through, it would go out, but it wouldn't go back in. So I had to mangle it and then unmangle it. And, well, I don't know where my flashlight is, but either way, I got it in there. I got it all connected. So anyhow, everything's working again. I know it works. So, just got to put panels back on and then the Jeep's ready to be used again. On that note, I don't know what the rest of this video is going to look like. So just kind of stay tuned. It might be just this. It might not be. If it is just this, I guess, whatever. It's something. That's what it is. It's something. It's content. It's just... it's being consistent. That's what it is. It's being consistent. It's night number 2 of fixing the Jeep. I just got to get this door panel on, get the panel put on the back hatch, which it just literally fell off. But anyhow, that's about all it needs to where it's like a somewhat comfortable daily driver and trail rig. Because, you know, to trail rig, I still need better tires, but to daily drive, I'm fine. So anyhow, let's get to bolting. That door's a little stiff. Just gotta shove on this nice piece of wet cardboard. Well, it's not wet right now, but it's gotten wet multiple times. Now, I just realized it has all of these little Christmas tree type clips that kind of just spin into the cardboard here. And when I yanked the door panel, they all just yanked off. So I'm putting them back, even though I know they're not doing much. Well, looks like we're missing none. Pretty good outcome for my projects. You hear that crunch? That was rust. I think it's about as good as it's gonna get for this janky door. Now, do I have all the screws for this? Now this is the janky part. Now this doesn't snap into here like it's supposed to. And it was zip tied on somehow, some way. So I'm gonna have to redo the zip ties. I'll get that all put together and then I'll show you what's going on. Okay, I got the switch panel and the handle put in, and that was more of a pain than I think it's worth. It's got a zip tie looped in there. Oh, damn it. That was nice, and then I cracked it. Locks don't work without the key on. I feel like they're supposed to. But anyhow, that panel's back on. Now let's get the back hatch put back on. Excuse me, I need this. Thank you. Oh, hi, I'm back. Anyhow, so as you can see, this panel is off. And there's something that holds it on. And so yeah, I need to get that fixed. What I gotta do next is put this tail light back in because everything's broken it off. So I got some screws. I have no idea what light does what. And this Jeep has weird wiring issues because for whatever reason, you shut the key off with the lights on and then you hit the switch to turn the lights off and they don't turn off. I find that weird. I don't know if that's a common thing, but it definitely felt uncommon to me. But being that this thing has so many weird wiring issues, at some point it might just get a whole standalone harness. That's roughly the same spot. Ta-da! The Jeep is fixed. So I'm gonna do the old vehicle shuffle because I'm gonna take this to work tomorrow because it's got plates and it's all legal and it's all fixed. And anyhow, that's about all for the Jeep for this week. So on that note, this is probably all for this video. Just short, sweet, kind of filler video, kind of just get some content out there, get something consistent. So, as always, like and subscribe to Bent Wrench TV. Big hit on the subscribe part. I want to build that up a little bit. And tune in next week to see what we get up to.